Salem is about to enter one of its most dangerous weeks yet. From a shocking resurrection inside the DiMera mansion to a deadly proposal behind closed doors, Days of Our Lives is setting the stage for a week where love, power, revenge, and secrets all collide. And the most chilling part? Some characters may think they are making smart moves, but by the end of the week, those choices could change everything. So let's break down the Days of Our Lives preview for the week of May 11th through May 15th, because this is not just another week in Salem. This may be the week the past walks back into the present, and the future becomes more dangerous than anyone expects. The week opens with a move that feels elegant on the surface, but dangerous underneath. Tony DiMera approaches Gabby Hernandez with a tempting question. Does she want to become the next CEO of DiMera Enterprises? For anyone else, that might sound like a career breakthrough. For Gabby, it sounds like both an opportunity and a warning. Gabby knows the DiMera world too well to accept anything at face value. She has been burned before. She has fought her way into power before. And she knows that inside DiMera Enterprises, a title is never just a title. It comes with enemies, expectations, and invisible strings. That is why Tony's offer is so interesting. He may genuinely believe Gabby is strong enough to bring order to the company. She is sharp, fearless, and not easily intimidated. In many ways, she has exactly the kind of survival instinct DiMera Enterprises needs. But Tony may also be positioning her for a fight. If Gabby accepts, she becomes the face of the company, and that means every DiMera who feels threatened by her rise could start circling. EJ may not appreciate being pushed aside. Kristen may see Gabby as another obstacle. And anyone with a claim to Stefano's legacy may wonder why Tony is handing power to someone outside the bloodline. For Gabby, the offer is tempting because it gives her influence. But it also places her directly in the line of fire. So the real question is not whether Gabby wants power. The real question is whether she can control DiMera Enterprises before DiMera Enterprises controls her. While the DiMera side of Salem is dealing with power and secrets, the younger generation is facing a much more emotional storm. Amy Choy explodes at Holly Jonas again, and her words in the promo are brutal. She tells Holly she does not believe a word that comes out of her mouth. That accusation is not just anger. It is a warning that Amy has already made up her mind. In Amy's eyes, Holly may represent everything she cannot control. Sophia's choices have created chaos, and Amy needs someone to blame. Instead of dealing only with Sophia's actions, she may be directing her pain toward Holly because Holly is standing too close to the truth, and too close to Tate. That makes Tate's loyalty even more important. Tate standing beside Holly is not just a romantic gesture. It is a public choice. He is making it clear that he believes her, supports her, and will not let Amy intimidate her into silence. But that loyalty may only make things worse. To Amy, Tate's support could feel like betrayal. She may see Holly as the person pulling Tate away, twisting the story, or making Sophia look worse. And once that belief takes hold, Holly could become the easiest person for Amy to attack emotionally. For Holly, this confrontation may test more than her patience. It may test whether she can hold her ground when someone older, angrier, and more desperate tries to break her confidence. And for Tate, this could be the moment where love becomes pressure. Supporting Holly is one thing. Standing against Sophia's family is something much harder. Then the preview takes a much darker turn. Kristen DiMera summons Xander Kyriakis to her hotel room, and immediately, the situation feels suspicious. Kristen does not call someone like Xander for a normal favor. She calls him when she wants something dangerous done quietly. At first, Xander may wonder what kind of scheme she is running this time. But Kristen does not leave much room for confusion. She wants someone dead. That request changes everything. Kristen is no longer operating from the shadows through Sophia or hoping someone else finishes the job. She is moving closer to the center of the crime herself, and that makes her more reckless than ever. Sophia failed to eliminate Johnny DiMera, so Kristen may now be searching for someone with the nerve, history, and ruthlessness to complete what Sophia could not. And that is why she turns to Xander. Xander's past makes him useful to people like Kristen. He has done violent work before. He knows how dark Salem can get. But he is also not the same man he used to be, and that is where the tension becomes more complicated. This is not only about whether Xander would accept the job. It is about what the offer says about him. Does Kristen still see him as the old Xander? The man who could be bought, pushed, or tempted into doing the unforgivable? And if she does, how will he react to being treated like a weapon again? Johnny may still be in danger if Kristen wants to clean up Sophia's failure. But EJ could easily become the real problem if he starts connecting the dots. Kristen may decide that EJ knows too much, suspects too much, or stands too close to exposing her. Either way, Kristen's plan is unstable. If Xander refuses, he becomes a threat because he knows what she asked for. If he plays along, he steps into a nightmare that could destroy his future. And if he exposes her, Kristen may become even more desperate. This is why the hotel room scene feels so dangerous. It is not just a secret meeting. It may be the moment Kristen makes one mistake too many. After so much danger surrounding the DiMeras, Shawn Brady and Jada Hunter bring a different kind of tension to the week, quieter, warmer, but still emotionally risky. Once Shawn settles into Jada's apartment, the atmosphere between them begins to shift. This is not the kind of scene built on threats or secrets. It is built on familiarity. Two people sharing space, lowering their guard, and slowly remembering why there was a connection between them in the first place. Shawn and Jada do not need a dramatic confession for the spark to be obvious. Sometimes all it takes is a look, a pause, or one comfortable moment that lasts a little too long. Their chemistry may return naturally, but that does not mean the timing is simple. Jada has already dealt with emotional disappointment, and Shawn is carrying his own baggage. So if they start moving closer again, the question becomes whether this is healing, or whether they are leaning on each other because both of them feel vulnerable. A real second chance could give both characters something steady in the middle of Salem's chaos. But if their feelings move too fast, the romance could create new complications before either of them is ready. So while their storyline may seem softer than Kristen's murder plot or Lexi's shocking return, it still has weight. Because in Salem, romance rarely stays simple for long. And Shawn and Jada's quiet spark may be the beginning of something comforting, or the start of another emotional mess. Then the preview shifts from romance to pure DiMera mystery. Dr. Wilhelm Rolf checks on Lexi Carver and discovers that she is gone from her bed. His reaction is not calm. It is not controlled. He panics, and that panic is important. Rolf has seen almost everything. He has been part of some of Salem's strangest returns, medical secrets, and impossible experiments. So if even Rolf is alarmed, then Lexi's disappearance is not part of a clean plan. Something has gone wrong. That makes Lexi's return more than a miracle. It becomes a problem someone failed to contain. Lexi stepping out of the DiMera tunnels is a powerful image because it does not feel peaceful. It feels like a secret escaping. She is not simply walking back into Salem through the front door. She is coming out of the hidden heart of the DiMera mansion, the same kind of place where secrets are buried, protected, and controlled for years. Lexi's return is emotional, yes. But it is also suspicious. If she has been alive all this time, then someone knew. Someone helped hide her. Someone decided when Abe, Theo, and the rest of Salem were allowed to know the truth. And because Rolf is involved, the questions become even darker. Was Lexi saved? Was she experimented on? Was she kept hidden for her own protection, or for someone else's agenda? That is why this reveal feels so big. Lexi is not just returning to her family. She may be bringing years of DiMera secrets back with her. For Abe Carver, Lexi's return is the kind of moment that should feel impossible. He mourned her. He accepted her death. He built a life around an absence that never stopped hurting. So when Lexi appears again, Abe is not simply seeing someone he loved. He is being forced to relive years of grief in a single moment. That is why this reunion may be beautiful and painful at the same time. At first, Abe may be overwhelmed by shock. He may want to believe what his eyes are telling him, but emotionally, it could be much harder to accept. After all, how does a person react when someone they buried in their heart suddenly stands in front of them again? Joy may come first, but confusion will not be far behind. Because once Abe understands that Lexi is truly alive, the emotional questions will become unavoidable. Where has she been? Why was she hidden? Did she know who she was? Was she conscious, controlled, protected, or trapped? And then comes the question that could hurt Abe the most. Who knew before him? EJ and Theo already had some knowledge of Lexi's survival, and that may create a painful divide. Theo may have had his reasons. He may have been scared, confused, or trying to protect his mother. But for Abe, even a short silence could feel devastating. Abe is Lexi's husband. He loved her deeply. He grieved her for years. So learning that others knew before he did may feel like another loss. Not of Lexi this time, but of trust. EJ's role makes the situation even more suspicious. With EJ, there is always the possibility that family loyalty is mixed with strategy. If he knew Lexi was alive, viewers have to wonder what he planned to do with that truth. So this reunion is not only about love coming back. It is about the damage caused by the years Lexi was gone, the secrets kept in her name, and the emotional fallout waiting for everyone involved. Because in Salem, a miracle can heal one wound while opening 5 more. So the week of May 11th through May 15th could be one of the most important days of our lives has delivered in a long time. Gabby may be pulled back into DiMera power. Holly and Tate may face more pressure from Amy Choy. Kristen may cross a terrifying new line with Xander. Shawn and Jada may rediscover a spark. And Abe may come face to face with a love he thought he had lost forever. But the biggest question is not just how Lexi survived. The real question is what her return will expose. Because if Lexi has been hidden all this time, then someone made that happen. Someone protected the secret. Someone controlled the truth. And now that she is back in Salem, every lie surrounding her resurrection may finally start to unravel. And in Salem, when the dead return, the living usually pay the price.